Yeah, the depth chart up there. I never knew that. I always got to remember it.
You feel good coming out of a couple of performances in a row like you guys have had after the way you guys have been struggling a little bit to start the year?
No, I can't say we feel good. I mean, there's no attaboys. We played well on defense, but not well enough to win. Some unfortunate stuff at the end. We're moving on from that. I think there's things to learn from. And I think there's things to learn from that game, to take from the good, but there are some bad we got to clean up. And got a great opponent coming in. I think, honestly, the Vegas Raiders are playing better offense than almost anybody we've seen this year. So they're operating at a high level at the quarterback position to the receivers, running game. So they'll be a tough opponent.
What's this morning been like with all the COVID and then for you guys as players?
It's a 2020, 2021 NFL season. I mean, it's nothing new. We wear tracers every day, get COVID tested. So stuff like this comes up. You don't know, obviously results are going to come back. I'm not going to speak too much on it, but we've obviously had experience with this last season. It's been different type of football these last couple of years. Got to be able to adjust on the fly. So we're well trained and versed in that, whatever it has to be. We'll do whatever it is to keep everyone safe.
Any sort of inconvenience for you guys, or?
No other inconvenience that other teams in the league don't have to go through, So we'll be able to adjust, and that's just the challenges of playing, during this pandemic and this virus. There's going to be some circumstances that are out of our control, obviously, so we just got to do the best of the schedule. But I think we have great practice in that from last year.
Well, Logan, is it still a reminder that, this is something that you have to consider, that you have to be vigilant, that you have to, protect yourself?
For sure, it's a great reminder. I don't think anyone's out there trying to go get anything or anything like that. It's just the stuff happens. I mean, this virus is out there. It's still out there, obviously, and we got to do the best we can with it. And still got to socially distance. Still got to wash your hands. Still got to take care of your general health. And you got to, wish well for anyone going through the virus. It's not a thing that I want to wish on anybody. So, encourage everyone to be vaccinated.
When you watch the tape of Oakland's last game, I should say Vegas, and Carr's hitting 31 of 34. Is he just on point that game or what?
He's got great command. I mean, that game against the Eagles was a clinic, offensive clinic. He's got great command of his system, and the quarterback has a lot on his plate at the line of scrimmage. I know in that system he's calling a lot of plays at the line of scrimmage, and when he knows what you're in, he's calling a good play against that defense, and he's taking the profit. He's an accurate thrower. He's a smart thrower of the football. He's taking care of the ball. Like I said, he's operating the quarterback position at one of the highest levels in the league right now. You got to give him his respect. So, again, a staple of what we do is we got to make it difficult on him pre-snap and what he does and what he's seeing, and not let it be the truth all the time, only the truth some of the times, and make him hopefully check in some plays that aren't ideal so he does better or does worse than 31 to 34.
Back to that for a second. You said you urge everyone to be vaccinated, right? Not everyone here is vaccinated, right? That's the reality. Joe said that before. Most players are, but not everybody. How much does that put you guys at risk, and how do you view that when maybe not everyone in your room decided to make that choice?
Well, it's my opinion for everyone to be vaccinated, but I can't control what people do. It's their right. And, I think our building's probably 98.9% is vaccinated, much higher than America. So much higher than most households. So I think our building is safer than everyone's houses. So we got a high vaccination rate in this building, and that's just, that's almost the best we can do. You got to respect everyone's choice. And, but I think having 98% of your building or 99% of our building, whatever our building is, that's pretty high.
What's the overall morale of this team at this time?
I think it was a great game, a tough loss. The morale's in the middle, I would say. I don't think it's sky high after a loss, but at the same time, I think there's something to learn from in that one. I think we learned how well we can compete with some of the best in this league, and we're ready to go out there and get a win this week. Head into a bye week. This is a big game for us on our schedule. They're a very good opponent, like I said. And we're ready to go out there and play well in front of our fans, like we did last time we were at home.
Logan, obviously you're not getting the results that you want, but do the guys as a group can see the progress being made?
For sure. I mean, there's more. The results aren't always the entire story. In sports they may seem that way because of records and numbers, but it's not the entire story. You got to take it. Being someone who's 9 years experience in this league, you got to take kind of that silver lining and everything, and you got to live in the middle a little bit. If you ride that roller coaster, you won't last long in this league. You won't be a productive player in this league for long if you hear everything bad and everything good said about you. So you got to ride in the middle there. I think there's some progress made there. Well, obviously we want the progress to be wins, and we have, like I said, a really good opponent coming in, and we got to build on what we did, and we got to be able to finish the game better to result in a win.
We'll take two more.
What is it about Joe and his approach that you think guys won't tune it out, if you keep losing?
His approach is he's going to do everything he can to prepare us for the game. The Carolina game had nothing to do with the Kansas City game. We prepared really hard. Obviously did not finish that game, and he's going to come back and be consistent, and we're going to be as prepared as possible to play the game. So I think people got to respect Joe's consistency and his ability to go over every detail and leave no stone unturned and stay here late at night and put a lot of work in. So like I said, for all year, it's not a lack of effort. So I just think Joe's consistency and his approach earns a guy's respect because he's not changing with the times week in and week out. I think guys need a constant message. Guys need a consistent message. Guys need to be pushed. Guys need to work hard because the wins and losses and the margin of error is really small in this league, as we've experienced sometimes in these games. And you got to do the little things right in order to be on the other side of it.
Logan is a veteran. It's not your side of the ball, obviously, but early in a game when a young quarterback makes a mistake like Daniel made, do the other teammates kind of look and see how he's going to respond to that? You know what I mean? Because that can be rough on a guy. He gives up, quick interception, then it goes to 7 points, and.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about how you respond in life and all about how you respond in this league. And I think Daniel's responded really well this season compared to some of the criticism he's dealt with in his career. So I'm not going to speak too much on it, but he's been through a lot, and I think he responds every day in his work ethic and responds in the game. Quarterback like Derek Carr, we just talked about. He threw an interception early the last game, and then goes 31-34. So it's all about how you respond in this league. You're not going to be perfect. I haven't been. But it's all about how you respond and how you kind of lead the next play. And that's just part of sports, and that's how heroic stories and some of the greatest athletes that we admire, they always tell you about the shots they missed, then they go back and make the next one. It's just a mentality you need to have.